Emma's quaint house stood nestled on a peaceful street, its walls holding secrets untold. But as the nights grew longer, an eerie presence began to infiltrate her home. Strange occurrences became a nightly ritual, haunting her with an unsettling frequency. Shadows danced along the walls as Emma prepared for bed, their movements unnaturally fluid. Whispers echoed through the corridors, chilling her to the bone. The spirits that plagued her every night seemed to feed off her fear, growing stronger with each passing hour. Determined to find solace, Emma sought rational explanations for the inexplicable phenomena. She consulted experts, read books on paranormal activity, and even invited skeptics into her home. But no one could dispel the unsettling aura that pervaded the house. Night after night, Emma's sleep became a battleground. The spirits manifested themselves in terrifying ways, their ghostly forms hovering inches from her face, their moans and wails reverberating through the air. She felt trapped in a never-ending nightmare, unable to escape the clutches of the supernatural. Exhausted and desperate, Emma's faith in conventional methods waned. She turned to alternative sources of help, seeking out individuals with a deeper understanding of the unknown. It was during this search that she stumbled upon an old, tattered journal tucked away in a dusty corner of a local library. The journal belonged to a woman named Evelyn, who had experienced paranormal encounters similar to Emma. Within its weathered pages, Evelyn chronicled her struggles and ultimate triumph over the restless spirits that plagued her own home. Emma clung to the hope that the answers she sought lay hidden within the journal's faded ink. Night after night, Emma immersed herself in Evelyn's accounts, studying her methods and the rituals she had performed to free herself from the haunting. The journal became her guide, offering a glimmer of hope amidst the darkness that threatened to engulf her. With newfound determination, Emma embarked on a journey of self-discovery. She painstakingly recreated Evelyn's rituals, meticulously following each step, hoping to break free from the clutches of the spirits that tormented her. She cleansed her house, created protective barriers, and called upon her own inner strength to face the unknown. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Emma's resolve remained unyielding as she confronted the spirits head-on, refusing to let fear consume her. Slowly but surely, the supernatural occurrences began to wane. The spirits, once so powerful, seemed to retreat into the shadows, their presence growing fainter with each passing night. Emma found solace in the newfound peace that settled over her home. Though the spirits had not vanished entirely, their grip on her life had weakened. She learned to coexist with the residual energy, embracing her home as a sanctuary rather than a battleground. As she reflected on her journey, Emma realized that the true source of her salvation had been her own resilience and determination. There was no external savior, no mysterious figure who had come to her aid. Instead, she had found the strength within herself to confront the paranormal forces that had plagued her. Emma's quaint house became a playground for the malevolent forces that lurked in the shadows. Night after night, she found herself at the mercy of unseen terrors, their haunting presence permeating every inch of her home. As the days turned into an unending nightmare, Emma's once vibrant spirit withered beneath the weight of relentless torment. The walls whispered secrets that sent shivers down her spine, and the air grew heavy with a suffocating malevolence that gnawed at her sanity. Sleep became a distant memory, replaced by restless nights plagued by grotesque visions. The spirits reveled in her fear, their ethereal forms materializing in the darkest corners, their eyes glowing with a sinister hunger. They toyed with her mind, distorting reality until she questioned her own sanity. Emma's desperate pleas for help went unanswered. Friends and loved ones recoiled from the darkness that clung to her, leaving her to face the horrors alone. The isolation deepened her despair, fueling the insatiable hunger of the malevolent entities that haunted her existence. Within the confines of her haunted abode, Emma's once familiar surroundings transformed into a labyrinth of terror. The walls dripped with spectral residue, and the creaking floors whispered a cacophony of anguished moans. Every step she took felt like a treacherous dance with death. In her relentless pursuit of peace, Emma delved into forbidden texts and ancient lore. She sought solace in the darkest corners of forgotten libraries, desperate for any shred of knowledge that could help her break free from the clutches of the unseen tormentors. But the more Emma unearthed, the deeper she sank into the abyss of horror. The ancient words she stumbled upon unleashed a torrent of malevolent energy, intensifying the haunting that plagued her. It was as if the spirits themselves reveled in her desperate search for salvation. Days merged into sleepless nights, blurring the line between waking and nightmare. Emma's physical and mental fortitude waned, her body bearing the scars of spectral encounters. She became a vessel for the tormented souls that sought refuge within her, their presence a relentless reminder of her descent into darkness. With each passing day, Emma's identity faded, consumed by the relentless horrors that surrounded her. She was but a shell, a vessel for the spirit's eternal torment. The line between victim and aggressor blurred, as she, too, became a haunting presence in her own home. Emma's existence became a twisted dance with the unknown, her every breath laced with trepidation. The spirits that haunted her home grew bolder, their tormented whispers echoing through the desolate halls. Their presence was no longer confined to the shadows, they materialized in grotesque forms, their malevolence seeping into every corner of her being. The veil between the physical and spiritual realms grew thin, blurring the boundaries of reality. Emma's perception became distorted, her senses assaulted by sights and sounds that defied explanation. The tormentors reveled in her unraveling mind, feeding off her fear like parasites. In her darkest moments, Emma found a glimmer of hope, a cryptic journal hidden beneath the floorboards, its pages stained with the residue of ancient rituals. With trembling hands, she deciphered the cryptic passages, driven by the desperate desire to understand the forces that held her captive. The journal unveiled a chilling truth, a dark history shrouded in blood and malevolence. Emma discovered that her home had once been a place of unspeakable horrors, a site where wicked acts were committed in the name of twisted rituals. The spirits that tormented her were the restless souls of those who had fallen victim to the house's dark past. Driven by a newfound determination, Emma embarked on a perilous journey to uncover the secrets buried within her home's cursed walls. She delved deep into the annals of history, unearthing forgotten tales of madness and despair. Each revelation brought her closer to understanding the nature of the spirits that held her captive. As Emma dug deeper, the spirits fought back with renewed ferocity. They manifested in nightmarish apparitions, their visages twisted with rage and anguish. They whispered macabre secrets into her ear, taunting her with their sadistic knowledge. Emma's resolve wavered, but she pressed on, fueled by a mix of desperation and an insatiable quest for redemption. In her relentless pursuit, Emma uncovered a hidden chamber beneath the house, a place of unspeakable darkness where the rituals of old had taken place. The walls dripped with the stains of past atrocities, and the air was thick with the residual malevolence that lingered. Within the chamber, Emma stumbled upon an ancient artifact, a cursed relic that radiated a palpable aura of evil. As she reached out to touch it, the room erupted in a cacophony of anguished screams. The spirits surged forth, their rage unleashed in a torrent of supernatural fury, but amidst the chaos, Emma glimpsed a flicker of compassion in the eyes of the tormented souls. She realized that her suffering mirrored their own, and a newfound empathy bloomed within her. With a final surge of courage, she made a fateful decision, to confront the source of the house's darkness head-on, to offer the spirits the solace they had long sought. Armed with the relic, Emma stood at the heart of the chamber, her voice resonating with a mix of determination and sorrow. She chanted incantations that invoked the spirits and pleaded for their release from the eternal cycle of pain. In a blinding flash of ethereal light, the spirits converged upon her, their energy intertwining with hers. Emma bore the weight of their suffering, absorbing their anguish into her very soul. The house trembled as the spirits passed through her, ascending to a realm beyond human comprehension. Silence fell over the chamber, broken only by Emma's labored breaths. The house stood still, its malevolence dissipated. Emma had become the conduit for the spirits' release, the vessel that carried their torment away, but the ordeal had taken its toll. Emma was forever changed, marked by the indelible scars of her harrowing journey. She had faced the horrors of the unknown and emerged, a survivor bathed in the eerie light of her own resilience. Emma emerged from the depths of her haunted house, the weight of the spirit's suffering etched into her very being. Though the malevolent presence had dissipated, she remained forever marked by the horrors she had endured. Her once vibrant spirit had been replaced by a haunting melancholy, a constant reminder of the darkness that had enveloped her life. The townsfolk regarded Emma with wary eyes, their whispers carrying the echoes of her ordeal. They sensed the residual taint of the supernatural clinging to her, and their fear kept them at a distance. Emma had become an outcast, an enigma wrapped in a shroud of lingering shadows. Haunted by her past, Emma sought solace in solitude. She retreated to a small cottage on the outskirts of town, a sanctuary where she could grapple with the aftermath of her harrowing journey. But even in seclusion, the echoes of her suffering followed her, a constant companion that whispered in her ear during the long, sleepless nights. As the seasons passed, Emma delved into the study of the occult, driven by an insatiable thirst for knowledge. She sought to understand the forces that had plagued her, to unravel the mysteries of the supernatural realm that had ensnared her life. Her pursuit became an obsession, an attempt to regain control over the chaotic forces that had shattered her existence. But the more Emma delved into the forbidden realms of the occult, the deeper she descended into a labyrinth of darkness. The boundaries between the natural and the supernatural blurred, and she found herself teetering on the precipice of a precipitous abyss. The line between her own humanity and the malevolent energies she sought to understand grew increasingly thin. In her relentless quest, Emma uncovered a hidden tome, an ancient grimoire said to hold the darkest secrets of the occult. Its pages were filled with forbidden rituals, incantations that promised untold power and forbidden knowledge. The allure of such power consumed her, beckoning her to explore the depths of its forbidden wisdom. With trembling hands, Emma traced the arcane symbols inscribed on the grimoire's pages, her mind intoxicated by the whispers of forbidden knowledge. She danced with the shadows, weaving intricate spells and incantations that resonated with a potent, otherworldly energy. The line between sorcerer and haunted victim blurred as she harnessed the very forces that had tormented her, but as Emma delved deeper into the forbidden arts, she felt an insidious presence encroaching upon her consciousness. The spirits she had so desperately sought to escape had found a way to infiltrate her newfound power. They whispered in her dreams, sowing seeds of doubt and despair. The malevolence she had once banished now coursed through her veins, threatening to consume her from within. Emma's descent into darkness reached a crescendo, her soul teetering on the edge of oblivion. The spirits reveled in her torment, relishing the irony of their captive becoming a vessel for their own wicked desires. She was trapped, ensnared in a web of her own making, haunted by the very powers she had sought to control. Emma stood at the precipice of her own undoing, caught in the cruel embrace of the malevolent forces she had once sought to conquer. The spirits taunted her, their ethereal voices echoing through the corridors of her mind. They reveled in her anguish, their presence a constant reminder of her descent into darkness. In a final act of desperation, Emma sought guidance from a reclusive occultist rumored to possess knowledge of the darkest arts. The enigmatic figure dwelled deep within the heart of a forbidden forest, surrounded by an aura of mystique and danger. Determined to break free from the clutches of her tormentors, Emma braved the treacherous path, her every step veiled in uncertainty. Within the occultist's secluded sanctuary, Emma found herself face to face with a figure draped in shadows, a being whose very existence seemed entwined with the forces of the supernatural. The occultist's eyes gleamed with an eerie wisdom, their gaze piercing through Emma's battered soul. With a voice laden with ancient knowledge, the occultist revealed a startling truth: Emma's fate was intricately linked to the spirits that haunted her. She had become a conduit, a vessel for their suffering, and her only path to freedom lay in embracing the darkness that coursed through her veins. Reluctantly, Emma surrendered to the occultist's guidance, her spirit consumed by a mix of trepidation and hope. She embarked on a treacherous journey of self-discovery, delving into her own depths to confront the shadows that lurked within. Under the occultist's tutelage, Emma learned to harness her connection to the supernatural realm. She honed her abilities, embracing the very darkness that had threatened to consume her. She danced with the shadows, her every movement infused with an otherworldly grace. As her powers grew, so did her understanding of the spirits that had tormented her. She communed with them, seeking to forge a fragile truce born out of empathy and shared suffering. In the depths of her mind, she formed a fragile alliance with the restless souls, their collective energy intertwining with her own. Together, Emma and the spirits embarked on a harrowing journey to sever the chains that bound them. They navigated a treacherous labyrinth of haunted realms, facing spectral guardians and malevolent entities that sought to preserve the status quo. It was a battle not just for Emma's freedom but for the release of the tormented souls trapped in eternal anguish. Through sheer determination and sacrifice, Emma and the spirits emerged victorious. They shattered the barriers that held them captive, dispelling the darkness that had plagued their lives. The spirits found solace in the embrace of eternal peace, while Emma emerged from the crucible of her own suffering reborn, a guardian of balance, forever marked by her journey through the heart of darkness. In the aftermath, Emma chose to walk a path less traveled. She became a protector of those afflicted by the supernatural, guiding them through the perils of haunted realms and offering solace to tormented souls. Her name became whispered in hushed tones, a beacon of hope in a world entwined with shadows, and so, Emma's tale became a legend, a chilling reminder of the horrors that lurk beyond the veil of the mundane. Her story served as a cautionary tale, a testament to the indomitable spirit that can rise even in the face of unspeakable darkness. At the end of this video, I hope you have enjoyed this story. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video to receive all new horror stories that are more exciting and mysterious. Thank you, my dears.